Assalamu alaikum, it's Cleo Aisha, and today I want to take you through some things that I just really enjoy about living abroad. As most of you know, I'm 27 years old, African American woman from Cleveland, Ohio in the USA, and now I currently live in Senegal. Being in Senegal, Senegal just does me so good, like as far as being able to have a very soft life. Go at my own pace. I'm not always rushing, running around trying to make a bunch of money to sustain a lifestyle. And I'm just like, with my life, my part-time job, I have the time that I need and I have the money that I need to live a good life. And I have the time that I need to be able to enjoy the life with the resources that I have. And alhamdulillah, it's just really been a blessing because back when I lived in America, like, it was like I needed to work a full-time job and then own a business to live and sustain the lifestyle that I like. And here, I have a part-time job, and I have all my time back. My days don't get started until typically around 2 o'clock. I have my weekends to myself, and I work 5 days out the week. So it's just really been a blessing from that perspective. On top of just being surrounded around the deen. I mean, of course, there are people here who follow deen differently, but that's for me in the way that who I surround myself with, the things that I like to do, is very much aligned and balanced. So it's just truly a blessing. I'm grabbing some tea. It's one of those days. You're not some goodies if you don't really infuse the sugar, because you see, all the sugar will be. Okay, and our commercial/tea break is now over. So as I was writing, a bee came because I just smelled too good. I look too good. And I got to get my pen. I'm going to get my pen. And don't get too high for me. That's all the French I know. They know I'm always living somewhere. But anywho. Okay, so let's talk about the favorite parts about living in a different country. While living in Senegal, I think for me, one of my favorite parts is just like this age and timing. Ça va? Ça va bien. Told you. This age and timing of me being 27 and deciding to do this because people live in fear. So many people live in doubt. And people just don't be wanting to just go. And 27, I know people say like 25 and 30 and 50. Those are significant years. But for me, I think I just kind of made this year a significant year because it was around this time when I really was like fed up. Let me see, 2024, 25, 26, 25. So this time last year, I had took a leave of absence from my job, a mental health break actually. And it was because I just had so much going on in my life and my mind. I just felt so unfulfilled. And then like society was getting crazy. Politics was all over the place. There was an election going on. And Trump was being elected. And at that point, I was just like, okay, how much time am I going to keep wasting on stuff that I actually don't want to do in my life? And God, I came all the way down here to get this pen. And I'm going to get it too. But I was like, how much more time do I want to waste in my life? I'm only getting older. I'm only putting myself in a greater position to either go downhill or go uphill. And I just knew that something about what I was experiencing had to change. Like, if I wanted this soft life where I was able to really explore the world, move around, how was I going to do that? I had 2 degrees, a bachelor's degree in business and a master's degree in business, an MBA. And it was becoming even harder to get better jobs with all of the bills that were being passed to allow things like discrimination against Black people. So, of course, especially Black women will be affected by this. And it was just a lot. And I just kind of made 27 like the year where I chose myself and I chose expansion over fear of what was happening. And I just realized that I was not behind, but this was the perfect time for me to leave. Like, I wasn't being placed in that position of not being happy with, where I was because I wasn't doing good enough, but I was being placed in that position so that way I can move. And a lot of times I think people see their situation, see stuff that's happening in their life as a hindrance. But these things are done specifically to help you realize like, oh, it's time for me to move. It's time for me to go forward. And once you embrace the change, honey, you'll never be the same. Now, let's talk about being a single Black woman abroad. I got a few topics I want to talk to you about in this video. But what I have learned, and I'm gonna walk and just talk. What I have learned about being a single Black woman abroad, okay? You know how in America, when you see like those girls that are foreign from other places and all the guys are interested because like she's exotic, essentially, stuff like that. But I think that has been my experience being in Africa, alhamdulillah. It's definitely giving exotic. It's definitely giving something they've never seen before. It's definitely giving, who is this girl and where is she from? Speaking this English, like, and so I'm not trying to say like I'm doing this because I am trying to attract a man or anything like that, but there's been a lot of options. I have kind of been overwhelmed with options, honestly, and you always got to check intention. And these guys move so fast out here because, you know, the culture, Islam, you know, family and that type of life is a lot more prominent here. So you do tend to see people wanting to move fast, and that has just been a lot for me. And I just realized like that's not what I want. That's not how I want it to go when I'm getting married to someone. I want them to really know me and I really know them. And so until I find somebody that really, or someone finds me that really kind of checks the boxes and also knows how to be patient and take our time, I'll probably remain single. But I do want to be married. I am ready to be married. But the way that people go about relationships and marriage is a bit different. So I have to adjust and kind of understand what I am okay with and not okay with, and find somebody that understands my boundaries as well, because I'm not just going to conform myself to accept anything just because it's what's normal here. So that is another thing. And then, like, honestly, when it comes to just thinking about marriage, thinking about a relationship, I am in the place where I'm just getting here and getting settled, honestly. And I just am so happy with how I'm feeling grounded in myself and in the continent and in all the culture and all the history, all of the deen that is so prominent here. And I could just learn and take my time understanding myself and the change that I've been experiencing, all the change with reverting to Islam, with leaving and moving to a new country, with learning new languages, with, you know, just resetting myself from all of the trauma and things that I've dealt with over the past years. I think that right now is the time for me to just be in my skin and nobody else. That's what I love also about being here in Senegal, because it's a Muslim country, so it's easy for me to learn the deen. It's easy for me to adjust some things about myself that I didn't ever really look at deeply and really examine myself. And so I don't want to be trying to learn someone else while I'm in the process of learning myself. And, you know, it's a lot to be in a relationship and married. I know I always have more to unload, but I want to be better than I am now. Being in this country, being able to focus on my deen, being able to build my relationship with God has been a huge step in my journey. And, you know, I realize that it's not always all about marriage. It's not always all about starting a family and being with someone. It's about you and building a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's just where I am right now. And now that I have the time capacity, that I'm not stressed and pressed for security and money, that I'm not confused on my religion and my faith, that I'm not out here just dealing with men that don't bring much to the table besides. Also, swinging fence. Why you only tell me I had none on my face? But yeah, so just taking my time, honestly, and that's been a beautiful experience. Okay, girl, I have to get out of there. Some man just tries to get my number. Try to give me a ticket picture and take my number. That's still for love. But anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not interested right now. I'm just not, honey. I'm gonna take this time. I'm gonna learn these new languages. I'm gonna focus on my deen. I'm going to work out, take care of my body, save my money, live my life in full enjoyment, take care of my massage, taking care of my skincare, building the business that I want. Assalamu alaikum. And that's just where I am. Like, there's so much learning to do right now. And I have my whole life to be married and have kids. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't want to, but I just want to make sure that when I make a decision, it's not a rush decision. It's a decision because it's truly what I want and what I'm ready for. And so, you know, I just wait and I take my time. This time, this space is just giving me permission to really tap into my femininity fully. With learning, with educating myself, with really taking care of myself and being in love with myself, being in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it develops my femininity on a whole new level. Ataya? Sababino? Can I have what? So yeah. Smash it cool. Okay. So yeah. That was too good. That's what my focus is. I'm just in a place where I'm just more present, more centered, more intentional with myself and my time, the people that I allow in my space. And on top of that, bonjour. On top of that, I am just, dance class has started. So I need to get in there. But I just wanted to wrap this video up and say, I'm just so happy, I'm so at peace, I'm so present with my life. I'm excited about life again. I don't know what's next. I'm not focused on the future or the past, but those things don't even exist. The only thing that really exists is the present, alhamdulillah, and I'm present, and I'm happy, and I'm living my life, and I'm living my dream, and I'm about to go to dance class. So, assalamu alaikum. I will talk to y'all later. Let me know if you have any questions about my journey abroad. Leave comments in the section below. And make sure you like and subscribe. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.